Giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Good morning, good people. We are live. It's game day. Welcome to A to Z Sports Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and presented by Texas Family Fitness. I am your host, Will Skywalker Steele. Yes, indeed. It's game day. And what I love about Thursday games, even though, in the middle of the week, we can do another show in the morning to get you ready, to get you hyped, to get you going, to get those juices flowing for today. For this stretch run, for real, if we being real, for this stretch run. Of course, we're going to talk about everything surrounding this matchup from top to bottom. So, like I said in the comments on YouTube, get in where you can fit in, 351-999-3787. I don't foresee this being a terribly long show. But I want to get to my three main keys to victory. There are a ton of them. There's probably 10 to 15 keys to victory, but I have three keys to victory that I want to get to today and talk to you guys about. If you guys have some keys to victory as well, we'll get to them in the chat. Also, you can call in, like I said, 351-999-3787, and we'll talk about them as well. We'll also hit the roundup where there's a lot of information that dropped yesterday after the show we did with Okoye Media, who, again, salute to Okoye. Make sure y'all check that out. He does an awesome job breaking down X's and O's for the Cowboys. So we'll get into some injury situations, all right, with the Cowboys, some injury situations with the Saints, because it's not all, Skittles and rainbows over there, and I think it's going to help the Cowboys. But listen, guys, it's December, right? It's that time. It's that time of the year to start finding yourself and to start finding that rhythm so that you can get into the postseason and you're not still trying to figure things out. So I look for the Cowboys to look at this game, and hopefully it turns out this way, maybe the same way that the Chiefs did. If you guys remember, the Chiefs went up against, I believe it was the Raiders. And after that game, they won. They were having fun, a lot of points, offense, defense, both making plays. And I believe it was Travis Kelce that said, we found our swagger. And you can see it. You can see those guys out there having fun. You can see those guys out there playing hard, playing tough, and kind of just overcoming whatever they were met with, turnovers, penalties, whatever. I need Dallas to do that today so it can set a precedent for the rest of the month. historically speaking, this month actually has been good for the Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott era. They've went just one season where they didn't go 3-1 in December, and that was in 2019. They went 2-2. So, I mean, there's a silver lining in that, but again, you got to go out there and you got to do it. So, I'm looking forward for the Cowboys today to start their journey to something special. We always hear about Bill Parcells talk about, you know who you are after Thanksgiving. Well, it's after Thanksgiving, y'all. So let's get it. Shout outs are in order. I got to get to both sides here. James Simmons, Tamara, Flo, Adrian, TC915, Alpha Mason, Gene, Dario, Angelica, how you doing? Flo, King, Johan. I'm not even going to try to butcher your name, EB. I apologize. But we got EB in the building. Stephen White, LaRon, Tom Downey, burner account. What's up, brother? Paris, C. Burleson, my guy. Marcelo B. Frankie Franchise. What's up, brother? I think we got a super chat I want to get to. My apologies. Yep, Tom Downey, burner account. I'll get to that super chat after the shout outs, bro. Jennifer in the building. Sin City Cowboy. What's going on, man? Flo said no Kamara? Question mark. He's questionable. And we'll get to that. Let's see what we got over here on Facebook. Oscar Sullivan, always in the building. Daryl, I see you also on YouTube. Tim Garcia. What's up, Tim? I thought I saw CJ in. Yes, I did. CJ Richards. What's going on, CJ? Maria and Peter Rizzo over on Facebook. And again, as y'all know, if you missed the show, you want to catch it prior to me and Jesse going on pregame, run it back. Run that thing back. What's up, Jesse Falls? Speaking to Jesse. But yeah, so I know I'm doing a show this morning. Again, don't know how long it's going to be. We'll get to the roundup, some important factors in there. We'll get to injury reports on both sides. I'll do my 3 keys. If you guys want to call in, you're more than welcome to. And we'll talk for a little bit. Then I got to get ready and head down to Texas Live later to set up for the game day live. Is Law Nation in here? My bro Law in here. I didn't see him in here. But shout out to Law if he is in here. Captain America, I see you, brother. And Chef Mac with the $1.99 donation already. So let me get to these donations, and then we can hit the roundup.
Super chat.
Chef Mac says, yes, sir, it's game day, and I'm hyped. Always hyped on game day, man. No matter how many times you do this, there's always that little bit of nervousness that hits you during the game. Not even playing, but just as a fan and being invested. Being invested, it's a little bit of a nervousness, man. Tom Downey, burner account. He said, Mr. Steele, JJ said he would do anything for another Super Bowl. Would JJ rather keep doing things his way and lose, or get out of the way, hire outside help, and win? Feels like Groundhog Day since 96.
Super chat.
The super chat, got to read it. Tom, I know you want to, every other show, we want to kind of come in and talk about the front office. Listen, bro. For those that are here day one, I could do this every day with them, but it is what it is. Say it with me one more time. It is what it is. It's why I put pressure on the coaching staff, on the head coach that comes and coaches for the Cowboys. It is what it is, man. You have to be able to overcome JJ and Steven. You just do. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole there, but got to overcome it. It is what it is, man. All right, let's get into this roundup because there was some good news that came out of it. So we're going to jump right into that. All right.
Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time.
It's time! It's time! It's time!
It's time! It's time!
Time?
It is time for.
It's time for the morning roundup. Round 'em up, boys.
Yes, indeed. The morning roundup presented by Texas Family Fitness, your solution for your fitness goals. Whether it be for weight loss, strengthening up, toning up, or sports or stress relief, our friends over at TFF have everything you need, from state-of-the-art equipment, group classes, and experienced professional certified trainers. And right now, I know for a fact they're doing a 90-day challenge. And within that 90-day challenge, you can win up to $1,200. Make sure y'all check that out. If you want to find out more about that 90-day challenge, hit up TexasFamilyFitness.com or head on over to any of the 9 locations in the DFW area. First set of good news for the Cowboys. Yesterday, I believe after the show, and that's the thing about doing a morning show, right? We don't get all the information. We're on very early, 8 a.m.-ish. I'm about to just start saying 8:15-ish. And a lot of things drop after we come off air. And one of those things from the news that dropped was that Amari Cooper was activated off the COVID list. And he would be traveling with the team. And he's expected to play. A little bit of a surprise for me based off of what I heard on Tuesday, that he was still feeling sick, et cetera, et cetera. Getting Coop back, though, is massive. This is a really good defense we're going to be going up against. We talked about that a lot yesterday with Okoye. They'll be down some people. They'll be down some important players. But having your full slate of weapons is always a good thing for anybody. And we know how important Amari Cooper is to the pass offense. So getting him back is massive. Also, a first for the offense. You're probably, what are you talking about? So if Coop plays, which it looks like he is expected to play from all sources and things like that, I know there's some gamesmanship, but here's what gave it away for me about Cooper playing. He was activated from the COVID list. If they didn't expect him to play, they could have just kept him there and utilized that roster spot for someone else. So I think he plays. For the first time all season, the Cowboys offense will have Cooper, Gallup, Lamb, the big 3 wide receivers, Tyron Smith, and Zach Martin. And if you want to go one step further, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Lyle Collins. For the first time all year. And I talked about at the top of the show, this was that time of the year where you got to start finding your rhythm, and it helps when you start to get healthy. By this time next week, the Cowboys could be the strongest they've been all year personnel-wise, with the return of Randy, possibly Neville Gallimore, Tristan Hill, D-Law. If all goes well tonight, they will be the strongest they've been all season. And this is that time where you want that to happen. And that was always the silver lining in September, October, and November. That, these injuries are happening, right, guys? Like, we're getting hit. It sucks. No one wants to, deal with this. But most of them have not been season-ending injuries. So at some point, if you can weather the storm, you'll get these guys back, and you'll be back at full strength. The Cowboys did that in September and October. I think November, it just caught up to them. It caught up to them. They had their opportunities when they were down personnel-wise, and they just couldn't get it done like they did the first 2 months of the season. Okay. They're back now. The schedule, you're not playing the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? You're playing division, basically. You're playing your division. 4 of the last 6 games are against the division. And then today, we'll talk about who you're playing today offensively. There ain't no excuse, man. Right? No excuse. And then finally, according to Saints people down there, it has been confirmed that Taysom Hill will be the starter. And this is one of the tweets from I believe a Saints reporter down there. New Orleans quarterback Taysom Hill was running first-team reps again during this morning's closed practice. I'm told he was freely cutting on RPO drills and looks healthy. Expects Hill to start Thursday versus the Dallas Cowboys, per New Orleans source. That's kind of where I want to start. We talked a lot about their defense yesterday, guys. And Andy just said it here. Will Kamara play? I have a feeling he will. Let me go pull up their injury report, because I think he will. He was limited all week. Thought I had it up here. My bad. Bear with me. But if I'm not mistaken, it looks like they will get back Ingram. At the very least, they'll get back Mark Ingram. So the running game is going to be very important to them. And then if they do get back Alvin Kamara, that, in my opinion, y'all, I've been saying it all week, if they're really going to go into this game with Taysom Hill, I feel like they're going to run this ball all damn day. Now, in my keys, you'll see where I'm at with this. But I feel like this is going to be one of those games where Dallas needs to strap up all 6 of their straps or how many you got and get ready to hit. They need all hands on deck. And that's why it sucks when your linebackers have been, so to poor, because they're going to have to bring it all day today. Can we count on LVE to bring it all day? Can we count on Keanu Neal to bring it all day? I know I can count on Micah, right? I know I can count on Micah, but I need those guys to bring it today because they're going to be running this ball at least, in my opinion, 35 times. And that's on the low end, man. We could be looking at 40 to 45 times, depending, right, on what the Dallas Cowboys offense does. Remember that. Here, let me find this injury report for you guys. I know Kamar has been limited all week. So, I mean, if that's the case, I think he plays. Taron Armstead, or is it Taron Armstead, and Ryan Ramczyk, both of those guys are starting offensive tackles for the Saints, and I could be butchering their names. They are questionable, but Armstead was DNP, did not practice all week, and Ryan Ramczyk did not practice the last 2 weeks, or last 2 practices. So I don't think they'll play. I've never seen a DNP, and then he's playing. So something is obviously up with those guys, and that will be in the Cowboys' favor, and they'll be getting back D-Law. Okay. I like D-Law against those dudes. And then defensively, though, for the Saints, there will be without, we talked about this yesterday, TK, I'm not going to butcher his name. I don't have it up here today, y'all. And Marcus Davenport, 2 crucial pieces to their defense, pass rush wise. So they'll have some guys that still can get after the passer. Cam Jordan is still a Pro Bowler, right? Cam Jordan is still really good. Cam Jordan's going to be going up against La'el Collins, but he's the type of player that I actually don't mind La'el going up against. Cam is more brute in his way to the quarterback. He's more smart and steady, not speed. Speed gives La'el massive trouble, because he has an initial good kick step, but he just can't really. I don't think he's getting that secondary kick step or that counter move down pat in regards to a pass rusher getting after him just quite yet. I think, like I said this before. One game, I can't, I thought he was good in the one game, but we got 4 or 5 games now, and now I can give a full assessment, and I'm like, I don't know, La'el. You still got proven to do to me. But even though he hasn't played great, I don't mind him against a Cam Jordan. That makes sense. And who else is out for these guys? So, like I said, TK is out. Marcus Davenport, that is a huge loss. He's their leading sack guy. 19 pressures. He only plays 6 games. Think about this. 5.5 sacks, 19 pressures in 6 games. That is huge. That is huge for him not to play. And who else here? Caden Ellis is also out for the Saints. So that's the injury report right there. Armstead, Ramczyk, Kamar are listed as questionable, with Ellis, TK, and Davenport out. James, yes, DeMarcus Lawrence is playing today. He was activated last week, and he'll be back today. All bets are off in regards to him playing. They asked Trevon Diggs about how'd he look? How did DeMarcus Lawrence look? Yada, yada, yada. They said he looked the same. Do I expect him to play 45, 50 snaps? No. I don't expect him to do that because it's his first game back. But those 15, 20, or 25 snaps he does play, I need them to be at a high level. So I'm okay with kind of easing him back in and not rushing things because the last thing you want to do is have him out there and he's gassed early. Asian Persuasion says, is a Ced Wilson injury serious? I mean, serious enough, if you want to go on the Cowboys side of things, serious enough that he didn't practice all week. I don't expect him to play today. So you could see Noah Brown sliding into that wide receiver 4 role for Cedric Wilson. But if you get back Lamb and you got Cooper and you got Gallup, 11 personnel should rule the day today in regards to when you want to throw the ball in that manner. Now, I'll talk about the Saints defense and how they're going to deploy themselves and our keys to victory. So it may not be all 11 today. You may get some 12 personnel with McKeon and Dalton Schultz, who may need to step up today. One thing that I noticed was missing over the last month of the season until last week was that middle of the field being attacked down the seams. Dak was doing a great job with that first, 6-7 weeks of the season. November, I just think it didn't really all come together. But the Saints will give you opportunities. They'll give you opportunities because they play that too high shell a lot. The Lunatic said will be out this week. Yeah, okay, so he's ruled out. There we go. That's right. It's sitting right here. Cedric Wilson out. So, and questionable is Malik Turner. Questionable is Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper's going to play. There's no designation on Basham, Zeke, or Tyron Smith. So we're healthy. We're about as healthy as you're going to get in a December 2nd game of the season. Asian Persuasion, yes. Lamb has been cleared to play. He's been practicing all week. He's good to go. Jarwin, I know Jarwin was in the COVID protocol aside from being on IR. Not sure when he's going to return. I like what I saw from McKeon. I would like to see them maybe get him involved a little bit more, but Jarwin's just different. He's like a receiver playing tight end. So I don't expect McKeon to be Jarwin right away, but I do like McKeon's potential moving forward. All right, let's get into my 3 keys here. And someone asked, with D-Law back, move Micah back to linebacker. Talked about this yesterday. I'm with it. That's what I would do, only because you're playing against a Taysom Hill, and I don't see them throwing the ball 25, 30, 35 times. If this is gamesmanship by one Sean Payton, and they bring in Trevor Siemian, maybe you then move him back down to defensive end. But even with Trevor Siemian, I mean, if you go look at the roster for the Saints, this may be one of the worst passing offenses that we've seen this year. I don't really see them having weapons that forces you to have to slide Micah Parsons down there. When in reality, even if Siemian plays, they've got 3 guys they're going to use to run the ball. If Kamara plays, Kamara, Hill, and Ingram. This is going to be a run game. And if I'm wrong, I'll come on here and I'll eat crow. But this feels like, unless the offense does something about it, this feels like the Saints are going to come out and try to just play downhill and run at you all day, tire you down to the fourth quarter, and lean on their defense to keep this a tightly contested game. Which leads me to, let me make sure I got it queued up here before I get into these phone lines. Which leads me to my my first key to victory, and that is getting out on them early, ladies and gentlemen. You have to get out on them early. If Hill's going to be at quarterback, then forcing them to throw the ball with the third-string quarterback with, like I said, maybe the worst weapons we've seen all year in regards to skill players. Making them one-dimensional in that aspect would be tremendous for the defense because they've struggled when they've had teams be able to come out and throw or be able to come out and run. Where the Cowboys defense has been its best is when they forced offenses to be one-dimensional. We never expected this run defense to be elite. We just wanted it to be better than last year, and it has. We never expected this defense to be elite. We just wanted it to be better than last year, and it has. But at the same time, when you have a competent quarterback with competent weapons and they don't have to play one-dimensional, it makes things tough. And that's football in general. It makes things tough on any defense, let alone a defense that's not elite. So, first key to victory is to get out on the Saints early and force them to be one-dimensional. I know it's a cliche. A lot of coaches say that. Yeah, but if you force a Dak or you force a Pat Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers or, quarterbacks that can get it done, that's still not a guarantee victory. Those guys can still get the job done. I promise you, if you make Taysom Hill throw the ball 30 times, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys will win this game. So that's number 1 key to victory. Hit the phone lines real quick, and then I'll come to my second part, keys to victory. I got my guy Reek on the horn. What's up, Reek? Indeed. Make sure I got this up right. Okay. Oh, I don't even got you tuned in. Here we go. I had to fix something. My fault, Reek. I had to get you queued up. There was something going on here, brother. All right, man. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, man. You know, it was good. You know, Cowboy Nation, everybody. Yo, we going into a hostile environment. We gotta go in here ready to hit quick. What they say? Hit, talk shit.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Run fast. That's what we gotta do. We gotta go in here and punch them in the mouth early in the game. Quiet this crowd up. Mm-hmm. We've been dealing with adversity all year. Everything's against this team. You know what I mean? From the coaches have to overcome the owners and everybody else, and us have to overcome the referees and the other team. You know,
get ready for that too. But
we've been dealing with a lot. We're a strong team, man. It's just time for us to get back to showing that. What we need early, we need Dak. We need Dak and this offense to run efficiently. You know what I mean? None of this 3-and-out bull crap. You know what I mean? Get the ball in your playmakers' hands early in the game. Let's not wait 10 damn snaps to get CeeDee Lamb the ball in his hand. This dude needs to touch the ball early. TP needs to touch the ball early. Offensive line need to lean on these dudes and push them out of the way. We need road graders today. And this defense, let's blitz this dude, man. Let him have to prove that he can throw the ball down the field. You know what I mean? Let's stop the run and make these cats throw. And like Sky said, if we get out early on them, we get an early lead, and we lean on these dudes, I think we can quiet the crowd and beat these cats, man. My whole thing is,
you make a good point. The second time bringing it up about quieting the crowd, that's going to be very key and important, because if you watch that Bills game, it didn't matter that they were out of it by like the third quarter. The crowd was still loud on prime time at the Superdome. So communication is going to be key, and the best way to get them out of it is to get up on them.
Yeah, man. Because my whole thing is like this: we can't go in there like we was playing when we was playing the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Especially our offense. We gotta go in here and punch these dudes in the mouth. Let's run at them. Let's use their game plan against them. But at the same time, too, man, we got to get the ball in our playmakers' hands. Kellen Moore, dudes, you got to be more aggressive with these calls, man. Because I know fluff when I see fluff. And I ain't feeling fluff. I want them to come out like they was playing Tampa Bay earlier this year. They came out aggressive. We got shown some things we ain't never seen the Cowboys do. You know what I mean? And they came out to be physical. Let's be physical. Both sides of the ball. Everybody do their thing. That's all I got to say. Man, it's game day. Let's go stomp on these things. That's all I got to say. All right, Cowboy Nation Sky. Hey, peace.
My man, appreciate you, Rick. Yeah, I like I said, I think that's very important to get out early, and one of the reasons is due to the crowd noise. This is New Orleans. This is the Superdome. It gets loud in there. I don't care that they're 5-6. It gets loud. Peter says, let's play pissed off. I talked about that yesterday. I want to see them pissed off, not complaining at the referees and whining, but just I'm upset at the way we've played lately, and I want to come out here and make a statement against the Saints. Like I said, the Chiefs, when they were reeling a little bit, that statement game or that confidence game, that swagger game was against the Raiders. This needs to be that kind of game. Frankie said we need that how do you want it offense. Man, I haven't been able to play that thing, Frankie, for a whole month. And it sucks, man, because it felt that way at the beginning of the year. Ironically, though, they're going up against a defense that will give you the opportunity to give you a how do you want it offense. What I mean is they're not going to come out of that too high too much unless they change their game plan up. But they're going to rely on beating you with 7. And I think I mentioned that in my second key here is to remain patient. Let's get to that second key real quick. My second key to the game is to offensively remain patient. I understand we definitely want to be aggressive and things like that. There's no doubt about that. But this defense is all about making you methodically move the ball downfield and then taking advantage of you in third and longs or on third downs, et cetera, et cetera. They have a really good secondary. The Bills, when I watched that game, I talked about it yesterday with the Okoye, they stayed patient. They were methodical. They got the ball out quick early in the game, and they took advantage of them when they crossed the 30 or 40-yard line. Problem was, the reason why that score wasn't even worse than it was in the first half is because Josh Allen threw 2 interceptions in the red zone. I mean, you can't turn the ball over twice in the red zone. That's just not good. So remain patient offensively, and that also means in the run game. You know, that I'm not saying they got to run the ball 40. I say this all the time, it feels like. I'm not saying they got to run the ball 40 times a day. It's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying don't run it 3 times in one quarter, 4 times in another quarter, 3 times. And next thing you know, yeah, it says 16 runs, which isn't a lot. But that's kind of abandoning it early. I know it's not going to, I mean, it has the potential to be due to the number games, but this is a really good rush defense. So if it doesn't work, I'm not saying you just continue to pound your head against the table, but get in your bag a little bit. Find out what works for you offensively in the run game and continue to do that, right? Like, I feel like Kellen will see something that works in the run game, and then he'll go back to throwing the ball. So if it works, use that. He'll run a run play that doesn't work, and he'll use that as an excuse to go back to throwing the ball. I want to make sure I'm saying this so y'all hear me. I'm not saying we got to run this rock all damn game against a team that plays really good run defense. I'm just saying remain patient. Don't play their game, play your game. I feel like Kellen's offense, it does rely on you playing their game. Oh, you want to play 7 back? We'll do this. Or you want to bring somebody down? We'll do that. That's all cool and dandy. But you got your horses back now, bruh. You got your guys back now. You're fully healthy now. You should be able to get off on these dudes if you're the number 1 offense. I said this last week. Show me you're the number 1 offense, Kellen. Show that to me. Kenny Riddick, appreciate the donation.
Super chat.
Says, how many interceptions you think Trevin Diggs is going to get today? My prediction is 2. Oh, it depends how much they throw the ball with Taysom Hill. I don't believe in Taysom Hill, the quarterback. I believe in Taysom Hill, the running back. And the only way Taysom Hill is going to get off on you is if you can't force them to be one-dimensional. If, for whatever reason, these dudes are able to run the ball all day to no avail, then or to all day to without you pushing back on them, Taysom Hill could just throw the ball eight times. So I don't know if Trayvon Diggs is going to get a couple picks today. I wouldn't even go that way. Taysom Hill's not that type of guy to be like, I'm going to target your best cornerback with my suspect wide receivers and my arm. So if I'm him, if I'm Sean Payton, I'm not even going to deal with Trayvon Diggs. I'm going to go after the guy, right, that just got 4 defensive penalties in the previous week. So I just leave him alone, bro. Let's get to my guy, James Ronald, and we got the lunatic on the line. What's up, James?
Ooh, it's Cowboys Thursday. Oh, let's go. Oh, I've been waiting. I've been itching. I've been scratching. I've been clawing. I've been waiting all day for this moment. Right here, right now, A to Z, Skywalker, we got Cowboys football today. Let's go. Oh, how about them Cowboys? Scott, let me ask you a question. You're a barbecue man, right?
I'm starting to be down here in Texas.
All right. Have you ever had brisket?
Yes.
Have you ever seen anybody use a Swiss Army knife to slice some brisket?
Is that what we're going to do today?
The point that I'm making is that they got a Swiss Army knife back there at quarterback, and we bringing the cows in town today. Woo-hoo! I like to see them try and slice that beef. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Also, they've been looking down on us for the past month or so. They're talking about we was a fluke. We started out early. Stephen A. Smith, all of his pandering up there. Just give them time. Just give them time. They're going to show who they are. All this laughing and snickering and chuckling. I want to see what he got to say now when we got the 3 Ferraris back at wide receiver and we got the tank back on the defensive line paired with a Michael Parsons, the Lion, who stays hungry. I want to see what he got to say after tonight. I think I'm going to call it right now. Michael Parsons, 2.5 sacks, okay? Tonight, it's going to be an all-out feast. These boys, have you been seeing DeMarcus Lawrence? I mean, not DeMarcus, but DeMarcus Lawrence tank?
He
the
back.
tank?
Yeah, he back.
The War Daddy, you been seeing him on the sideline? You see that look in his eye? Woo-hoo! Boy, that young man is hungry, Sky. That young man is hungry, Sky. He going to get in this game, and I feel sorry whoever got to line up across from him. I feel sorry. Because he got a lot to prove, because Michael Parsons has came in and actually set the tone where that's what his moniker was. So not only is he coming out here to prove to the Saints that the boys are the boys and we are legit, but he's also got to come in and prove to his own self, prove to those players, prove to those men in the locker room, I'm still the War Daddy, okay? And that's what you're going to see tonight. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait, baby.
I love the energy, bro. I love the energy, man. You give me.
Oh, man, Scott, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Everybody in DFW, at 7 p.m., they need to put their ski mask on. They need to stand with their hands crossed. They need to put on some spot 'em, got 'em, because there's goons out tonight. We raiding New Orleans tonight. We painting the city blue, and then when we win the game, Jerry Jones gonna get on the TV. He gonna say that infamous Deion Sanders line. This is my city. That's what he gonna say. This is my city, and I dare you to say it ain't. That's what's gonna happen tonight. That's all I got to say. Cowboys Nation, get ready for the dub, because it's finna be served on the plate. I hope y'all hungry. Let's go. That's all I got, Scott. I appreciate it.
Let you go, my guy. Appreciate you. Ooh, fired up. Hey, this is how I hope the Cowboys players is feeling right now. I do. Before I get to my guy Lunatic, man, I feel like there's some Taysom Hill fans in here. I feel like there's some Taysom Hill fans in there. And if there's some Saints fans in here, this is why I'm looking. I would like to know, if you can, what makes Taysom Hill a feared passer, because somebody said sleep on Taysom Hill, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just like, really? I mean, I know he can run the ball. For sure, we know he can do that. I know he can make plays. I know Sean Payton can scheme things up, right? But are we seriously supposed to fear him as a thrower? Because I said this all week. If he comes into this game and he outduels Dak Prescott and he throws for 250, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, something like that, that is more of an indictment on this Cowboys defense. It is. It's an indictment on this Cowboys defense. You let that happen, optimism goes out the window in regards to the postseason. So I just wanted to know if there was those type of fans in here. Could you let me know, as a thrower of the football, what is it that he does that you should fear? I know he has a cannon, but I feel like he's going to have to be controlled within the scheme of things if the Cowboys get up early on these boys. That's all. The Lunatic. What's up, Lunatic?
Good morning, Sky Cowboys Nation. I can't match that energy. I just got out of work, but I love it.
Yeah, Jay's brought the energy, bro.
What did D-Law say to Drew Brees? What were we going to do to the Saints? We were going to choke their ass out. That's the D-Law I need tonight. Because if there's one thing that Sean Payton did, he switched to Taysom Hill because they're on a 4-game losing streak. We're on a 2-game losing streak. But Sean Payton, he loves to come up with plays against the Cowboys because of his past history with him and Parcells on the staff. But Taysom Hill, if there's something we can say about D-Law, everybody agrees we hate his sack numbers, but we love his rush defense.
Mm-hmm.
And with Tank there, good luck. Micah there plugging the holes. Oh, he's going to pop Taysom Hill. He's going to say, hello, how you doing? This is the NFL. You think you can run? Plus, he's got a gimpy ankle. But as Mr. Fourth-in-Law says, on game day, they gave you some great medicine. Well, he's going to get some great medicine from Micah and our defense. But Sean Payton, even when the schedule came out, Sean Payton is one of those coaches that I was afraid of was going to outcoach Mike McCarthy. So I still worry about that. I know he's going to want to run. I know he's going to want to protect Taysom Hill and use that speed every once in a while. It could be one of those. He's only passed 11 times, but we can't let him be efficient.
Right.
We cannot let him get those easy completions because he's gashing us on the run. We need Tank to come in and come in strong for those 20 to 25 plays. Lead him, have him and Micah lead our defense and stop them. As you said, start early. New Orleans is one of the lower ranked. New Orleans is one of those teams that, as far as scoring in the first half, they're in the bottom of the league. We jump out. Last week, we saw how much it hurt to have your wide receiver 1 in Amari and your wide receiver 2 in CeeDee Lamb. I'm sorry, Michael Gallup, but you're wide receiver 3 in my eyes. Ooh. And we saw how it hurt, how the defense was able to defend it. Now, good luck. This is a team. Those front seven are still nasty. This is not one of those where you run to open up the pass. This is one of the ones where you pass to open up the run. We pass on them, we jump on them early, and then run the ball and get out of New Orleans with that win. Start that 3-game road schedule that we have with a dub. Get those haters and say, hey, this is what we can do. It's just because we've been missing players. Now we're getting healthy. As Jerry and everybody says, the cavalry is coming. Oh, the cavalry's coming, and we're about to run over some people. So, Cowboys Nation, love it. Thursday night, woo! Hell yeah. Why not? Let's do it. Let's get on track. Cowboys Nation, 28-14, 28-17. It's going to be tough. Timing's going to be off. That defense is still going to be tough. New Orleans is a tough place to play, but we will get that dub. We'll get back on track. Thank you, Cowboys Nation. Sky, have a great one. Go Cowboys.
Appreciate you, bro.
Cowboys.
Yeah, man. It's a tough place to play. I mean, Buffalo went in there and laid a whooping on them, 31-6, with a competent quarterback who's started in this league and threw a lot of balls here and what have you, and they whooped on them. So Dallas, there's no excuse, man. There's no excuse this week. B Bird, super chat. Says Sky, our DEs will have to be disciplined and keep outside containment. Yep, on that read option. Lawrence and Golston have issues with that. I don't think Lawrence does. Lawrence is your most disciplined defensive end. You want Lawrence out there. Golston's a rookie. Dorrance Armstrong's not great at containing. I think what you're getting at, B Bird, is Lawrence sometimes crashes on that B gap that Koye loves to point out, but he's right. But DeMarcus Lawrence in the run game, keeping containment, he is excellent at that. Excellent. He's aggressive and it works out sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. But from a consistent basis, I think DeMarcus Lawrence is fine. 540. What it is, what it do.
Hello?
540. What's up?
Yo, I like what everybody's saying. I like the positive energy. I just want to know if there's any Cowboy fans out there a little apprehensive about getting these penalties cleaned up, especially on the road at the Saints.
Well, brother, I'm gonna tell you, like I said the other guy this week, man. I'm done saying clean up this, clean up that. I don't think the penalty cleanup thing is a possibility. I think the Cowboys are a targeted franchise in that manner, so it's more so about overcoming the penalties than it is about cleaning them up, man. It's flat out.
I mean, I hope you're right. I think the NFL has been coming down on us ever since Jerry went after Goodell over the Zeke thing.
Yep. Oh, by the way, the referee crew that the Cowboys will have today, I believe his name is Brad Rogers. He flagged the Dallas Cowboys the most in 2020. So this is first matchup this year with the Cowboys. So I'm just saying, be ready for those flags. Dallas just has to overcome it. That's all I got for you on the referee point. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to hit on, because you guys are a Cowboys channel, I'm just a fan. Do you guys think we might see a lot less of Zeke tonight with his knee banged up?
According to that man in the bottom right of the corner screen, no. They said that he's going to be, getting a lot of snaps today. Is it gamesmanship? I don't know. Regardless, though, he is playing. He's not on the injury report. He's not listed as anything. He's a full go. So I don't think we're going to see a lot less. I think we'll see more. The way I would love to see these guys, though, is the Cowboys getting up on them and then smashing them with the run game to close out the game or just pretty much just lean on them. You know what I mean? So and they got to utilize these dudes complementary at this point, meaning Zeke is not your everything back anymore right now. Like Zeke is not going to bust a play. Zeke ain't really going to make you miss too much unless he's going to run you over. He's dealing with that knee injury right now. So just know that he's going to be your battering ram. So utilize him in that manner and then, sprinkle in, not sprinkle in, I shouldn't say sprinkle, douse the Saints with Tony Pollard. Like, I feel like TP should be getting at least 20 touches today, period.
I can't see us, whether we're running early or we're running late to finish the game, I just cannot see us winning this game with what the offensive line has been doing in pass protection without running it at least 30 times. Like, you can do that late to finish, but what I've been seeing the last 2-3 games is even, with a decent amount of our starters out on the O-line out there, Dak ain't got a lot of time.
Yeah, last week it did a little bit better in that department, but yeah, in the Denver game and the Chiefs game, you can't, if you can't pass block or run block, I mean, what are you going to do? You better hope your defense scores points. So yeah, they got to clean it up.
When people were getting on Zeke, I understand he isn't what he was in his rookie year, but if he's getting touched in the backfield when he takes 2 steps, man, that ain't on him. I mean, I'll leave you guys with this thought, and I'll let some other callers get in here. But I see this game as a make it or break it. Like, we could lose this game and still win the division. I get all that. But if you don't win this game here tonight, I don't think mentally we're going to be in a good place going down the stretch here.
Oh, yeah. This game is huge for morale.
Yes, sir. But I'll hang up and let another caller get in here and listen, and thank you guys.
Salute, man. Appreciate you. Good call. Do we have it looks like we have a Washington Snyders fan in here and talking about the penalties and things. Listen, bro, if you just heard me, I'm not sitting here going to be talking about the penalties. I said overcome them because this team is targeted. I don't know about your team. I don't know your statistics or whatever, but these are the facts. These are statistically proven. The Cowboys have been the most penalized team in the last couple decades by flags and yards. So when people say, hey, we have to clean up penalties, well, we've had to clean up penalties for 20 years. From different coaches, different players, different regimes, it is clear as day this team is a team where referees go out there, it's like, okay, we're going to call this game tighter. It just is what it is. So I'm not going to talk about having to clean it up. There's nothing to clean up. They're going to throw flags. Get over it. Overcome it. Bottom line. Just like I say about a head coach having to overcome the Joneses, get over it. Overcome it. Until they're no longer running the team, overcome it. Until the referees stop targeting you, overcome it. That's that. Point blank, period. Oh, but please come back here next week, though, brother. You know we play y'all, right? Okay. Just saying. It's easy to come in here when we don't play y'all. It's easy. It's easy. Just make sure you here after that game is all I'm saying. Just make sure you here after that game. 732. What it is, what it do.
Sky, what's going on, man? Hey, first off, don't let those Washington fans get your blood pressure up.
No,
man.
You're right. I ain't gonna do that, man. we talking about a 4. What are they? 4-6, 4-7. I don't know what the hell they is. They trash is what they are. But nonetheless, go ahead.
Yeah, but back to our important Cowboys. You mentioned it earlier when you said that you only expect D-Law to get a couple snaps, maybe like 10 or 15 or so, maybe 20 range.
Yeah, 15,
but
20.
I think that's only going to – Yeah, I'm expecting that to really just help our team even more, because what that means is that I would think that they're going to give Micah more opportunity at linebacker. Micah more opportunity at linebacker means that either Van Der Esch or Keanu Neal is probably going to be off the field, and they've been the weak links, in my opinion, on the defense. So I'm just hoping that, if they are actually going to be running the ball, they can use Micah to just kind of plug up those holes like he normally does, and hopefully we just see a better improvement from last week.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm very interested to see. I feel like this is a game with Taysom Hill at quarterback. You let Micah go sideline to sideline on first and second downs, and then go attack Taysom Hill on third downs, because this is going to be a run game. And again, if I'm wrong, I will come over here and eat crow. If Taysom Hill goes out here and they throw the ball 30, 35 times and he hits you up for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, I will come right here on Friday morning and be like, yo, I was totally wrong. They totally got me. But Taysom Hill is not that kind of quarterback, so I personally would allow Micah to play linebacker this week so he can help nullify that run game, because Mark Ingram plays, if Alvin Kamara plays, and you got Taysom Hill, if I'm New Orleans, I'm running the ball. I'm just them. They don't have the receivers or the quarterback to take advantage. Like, here's the thing. Somebody brought up Teddy Bridgewater is a competent quarterback. We talk about this group of competent quarterbacks, right? There was Teddy. There was Kirk. There's Derek Carr. I think there was one more we might have played. But anyway, those are competent quarterbacks. And I always say, if you give a competent quarterback time, if you give a competent quarterback, the ability with the weapons and things like that, they can get you. They can get you. Name me the weapons for the New Orleans Saints on the outside. If you let
couldn't do it.
Exactly. If you let that man come in here this week, tonight, and throw for all over the field with whoever the hell they got out there, no Michael Thomas, no Jimmy Graham walking through that door, no Joe Horn lifting up the touchdown thing and calling on the phone line, no Deuce McAllister. Granted, they do got some good running backs, but you know what I mean. You get the point. If you let him come in here and do that to you, I promise you there is a severe issue with this defense that we're going to be talking about on Friday morning. So, yeah, am I confident that this pass defense can hold up? Hell yeah, I am. Because, it's right there in front of you. But it's the run defense that I worry about, and that's why I want Mike at linebacker.
Agreed. And then on the offensive side of the ball, everyone's excited that we got our big 3 wide receivers coming back.
Don't mean to interrupt you here. Don't mean to interrupt you. We got breaking news. 1 second, bro. I'm sorry. It is official. Both offensive tackles and Alvin Kamara will be out tonight. Cowboys Nation, if Taysom Hill comes in here and tears you up, put the kids away after the post-game show. You know what I'm saying? Put your earmuffs in. I might get fined by the FCC. I'm just playing. But seriously, if that happens, bro, without their starting tackles and Alvin Kamara and Joe Blow playing receiver, just go, man. I'm pissing myself off thinking about it. Just go.
I feel you, man. But yeah, again, like this is pretty much a make or break game. I mean, literally, we just gotta tap the putt in at this point. But what I was mentioning too, like on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of people are excited we got those big 3 wide receivers coming back. Me personally, I'm excited that we got our offensive line. I hope that this is the offensive line combination that they just stick with going into the future. And then with that being said, the last point that I want to make is that I think that this team is really going to play hard under Dan Quinn tonight, just kind of overseeing the operation.
I feel that too.
Really hopeful. Say again?
I'm with you. I feel that as well.
Yeah, so, again, hopefully, the writing's on the wall. We really just got to tap this putt in, and hopefully we get the dub tonight. So I'm going to jump off and let these other callers get in there, and, hopefully we get this dub tonight.
Appreciate you, man. Great call, brother. Great call. Once again, breaking news, both offensive tackles out for the Saints tonight. Alvin Kamara will not be playing, but it sounds like Ingram will be, which that's the running back you want to go up against. I know he's a battering ram, but I mean, man, Alvin Kamara different, AK-41 different. So again, advantage Cowboys. All the more reason why you need to do what? Get up on them early. Get up on them early. Now I'll get to my final key to victory, which is the biggest wild card. And it's the one you can't see coming. And that's to be ready for trickery. Be ready. You know Sean Payton, he knows what's happening in this game. He knows I don't have my tackles. I don't have my best offensive weapon, and I'm down to my third quarterback, who is basically Tim Tebow. He knows. So how do you compensate for that? Well, I come out early and I kick an onside kick or something. I come out of the half and I kick an onside kick. fake field goals, fake punts. I'm going to try to block a punt. Flea flicker, reverse triple double, annexation of Puerto Rico, all that. Be ready for it all day. Because I feel like if they can't get off on the ground, that is the way that they can move the ball on you, is by trickery. Some might say that's out coaching or whatever. And he did bring it up. He said he was worried about Sean Payton. I forget who it was. Sean Payton out coaching McCarthy. At the end of the day, as Stephen Jones says, you can be great coach. You can be a great coach. But if you ain't got the Jimmies and Joes, I don't give a damn how good you are. I don't give a damn how good you are. They don't have the Jimmies and Joes right now, ladies and gentlemen. You do. I'm not hearing a damn thing today, bro. I'm not. So be ready for that trickery from Sean Payton. And I think it'll come early, y'all. I think it'll come right away. I think you'll see the flea flickers, as Alex say. I think you'll see an onside kick attempt, a fake field goal, because when you get a desperate team back into a corner, they're going to grab anything they can grab, right? They're going to bite, they're going to pull, they're going to kick, they're going to, do whatever they can do to get out of that corner. And yes, the Saints are backed into a corner right now, losing 4 in a row, and they're playing at home. So they got two things going for them. Element of surprise, because Taysom Hill has not played quarterback this year. And they're playing at home. Best believe they're going to use those two things against the Dallas Cowboys tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Best believe. Also, shout out to my brother, Vosh Lombardi in the chat. I saw he was in here, man. He great video yesterday. Go watch this soliloquy. He was talking about Cowboy fans have to learn how to deal with adversity. Vosh, you're preaching to the choir. I think another thing that I think we do, and I said this the other day when we were talking about Dak, I tend to give, and I'm guilty, but I tend to give the loud minority too much of my attention. Too much of my attention. And once the Cowboys get back going, that minority will trickle away. That's how that works. But yeah, man, we do have to learn how to deal with adversity a little bit better. And I'd rather that adversity had come when it came. I'm gonna be real with you. If the Cowboys were 1-3 with who they have now or who they will be getting back, there's no way I'd be as confident going into this December stretch. But the boys are back in town, right? Okay, they couldn't overcome it in November. They did in October. They did in September. November was a tough month. Got the boys back now. Let's see what happens. Asian Persuasion got a Little Giants reference. Let me tell y'all, Little Giants was my favorite movies of the 90s of all time. Me and my brother, if you get in here, Jeff, if you were in here, let him know. Also, my brother Marcus, we would watch that all the time. All the time. I probably still can quote that movie verbatim, man. Verbatim. Loved it. All right. Professor O, what's up, Professor O? He says, thoughts on DQ being down on the field for the first time this season. Funny you said that. I was thinking about that this morning. And the name that popped in my head, Professor O, was Joe Witt Jr. I was saying to myself, I feel like DQ is going to be leaning on Joe Witt at the top. Because if I'm not mistaken, he stays up there. So if Joe Witt's up there, you'll probably get constant communication from Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. But again, if there was a perfect time for DQ to be on the sideline, it's in a game where you're not really tripping about Taysom Hill throwing the ball. You're not really tripping about the weapons over there. Yes, they got a Traquan Smith who, he can get, he's a good receiver, role player. But if that's your guy, I'll deal with that all day. I deal with it all day. Said Law Nation in the building too. That's twice now y'all done brought him up. But I'm just saying, I feel like Joe Witt Jr. at the top. I would almost let Joe Witt call the game, but I could be going to far extents here. But in a game where you're not worried about the pass offense, I think it's fine to have a switch up for Dan Quinn to be on the sideline. What'd you think about that, O-Head? We got O-Head on the line. What'd you think about DQ on the sideline?
Oh, are you kidding me? I think you just made the call of the day or the night with Coach Q. I'm not anti-Mac, okay? I'm not
I think Mac is a good administrator.
Mm.
He's the kind of guy that he hires good coordinators. I mean, such as, Kellen and Dan. And then he gets out of the way. His problem is he's a little too lax when it comes to management stuff, clock management, stuff like that. He's had a problem with that. But as far as the getting Quinn on the sideline, that was my hope, is that they would pull him down, even though he likes to coach from the booth.
From the booth, yeah.
You said something about Joe Witt. I thought maybe I misunderstood. I thought Witt was one of the assistants that was under COVID protocol. But did I misunderstand that?
Joe Philbin, the offensive line coach.
Okay, well, I knew Philbin, but I thought Witt was too. Well, anyway, never mind. I get in trouble when I think, that. Yeah, right as I called you and was on mute.
Just make sure, though.
We're keeping the granddaughter during the day sometimes when my daughter works, and we had a blowout on a diaper, which you don't really want to hear about.
Oh, but, trust me, my first son was that way, so I know how it is.
Well, between a good tube of Decidin and keeping Coco Melon on TV, we usually are in good shape. But anyway, I didn't call about that. I was laughing because this whole show, I'm kind of a historian guy and an old time, civics class, constitutional, whatever. And this whole show is a perfect example of, the freedom of speech, the right to express yourself, provided you keep it respectful in limits. And you've done that most of the time with me. And then just as I come back on after the baby's taken care of and cleaned up after a blowout, I hear annexing Puerto Rico, and I went, whoa, what the hell happened? I thought, Sky has gone off on the political deep end because, the country doesn't really want Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico doesn't want to be annexed. So I've got friends that live down there. Anyway, long story. Taysom Hill, to me, could be a wild card. Just for a once in a while. He would have never made it, I don't think, as a permanent starting, quarterback like they were talking about early in the year or in the preseason. But he is a Tim Tebow guy. He just happens to have speed where Tim just had the character. Taysom's got the character, and once in a while can get a pass in. He's not really that's not his strong suit. But with you saying, I thought Kamara had a chance of playing. He was questionable for a while. You said he's out.
He's out now, yeah.
That basically leaves it up to Ingram and
sneaky one here. Ty Montgomery is the other, I guess, scat back type dude they have that will play running back too. So.
Okay, that's not the same Montgomery that was a wide receiver that Green Bay turned into a running back years ago, was it?
Yes, sir, it is.
That is the same guy? Okay, well, if he's in the backfield, yeah, he can do some damage. I remember, him continuing to wear his 88 when he was with Green Bay, which was kind of weird coming out of the backfield. And Cordero Patterson's doing the same thing. It seems to have but I think that tonight is, number one, still going to be the crossroads game we need it to be for the Cowboys. And I think you've already mentioned one thing I was going to bring up, and that is that they really need to keep a pitch count on D-Law, because that, I got into an argument with a guy about broken foots, and they're all back and healed and wonderful after 6 to 8 weeks and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, that's great if you and I are walking down the street on one. But if you're an NFL defensive end, we don't know what to expect. And that's the reason, if they get anywhere close to 15 plays with him, I would really think about getting him off the field, because we need him for the rest of the year. Not only his ability, but his leadership. And,
I think what I would do.
I'm getting along. I don't want to hear that beep starting a little bit, because I'm watching myself today that I don't get.
Yeah.
Good job. I don't get into an argument. I just think that we need, we need the whole team. We need the whole team behind Dak tonight, and with CD and Amari back, I really, if everything happens like it's supposed to happen, it shouldn't be anywhere close. It could be possibly another Atlanta game, except that Atlanta doesn't have Sean Payton. So I think we're looking at possibly 35-21, maybe.
That's kind of cool.
maybe a little more than that. It just depends on what, like you said earlier, what tricks that Sean has up his sleeve, because, Dallas is one of those teams he doesn't like to lose to. And I think you're going to see a lot more Pollard tonight. This business of going heavy with Zeke, I don't think is going to happen, because they still need to keep Zeke, off of his knee. And Jerry is probably putting pressure on him to run him when they shouldn't, because he doesn't like to be made wrong or be showed he's wrong. And the paying Zeke the outlandish money that they did is coming back to bite JJ, and he doesn't like to be embarrassed. And I hate to say that political, but as well as I do, politics plays a large part in who's on the field. Anyway, listen, I enjoyed it. I got to go back and help my wife get my granddaughter corralled. She's just now learning how to walk, so you know what that means.
I do.
You got to keep your eyes on everything. Listen, y'all have a great day. Go Cowboys, and hopefully we'll be able to have a positive Friday for a positive Monday tomorrow. And God bless and everything. Tony, keep it between the lines, man, out in Tampa. And all the other guys, Marcus, keep on preaching. I know he's not a preacher, but he's got such a great voice. Anyway, love the show, brother. Take it easy, and we will holler at you later.
Love you, man. Appreciate you, old head. Great call, old head. Great call. Give me one of the 2 bombs there, man. A lot there per usual, but I wanted to focus on the D-Law. But before I do that, Vach is funny, man. He said, Vach said, where'd you go? He lick his thumbs before he sift through his money. We don't even carry cash around no more in 2021. Y'all kill me in the chat, man. Chat box always hilarious. Yeah, CJ, you saw me. I about to. Then he wrapped it. He was cool. D-Law snaps. We'll get back to have some fun. He wants to keep it between 15 and 20. I feel like that's probably what it's going to be. And if it's going to be 15, 20 snaps, I mean, if it's more, awesome. That means he's ready. But I feel like that's going to be more so in the 3rd down range, which can be a bit of a contradiction to what D-Law could be good at in this game, which is against the ground, right? Against that read option, against the run period, which then means he needs to be out there on 1st and 2nd down. So that has a trickle down effect with Micah. So it's we'll see how they play it. Can they afford to not play DeMarcus Lawrence early downs and just throw him in there on 3rd downs? That'll be up to the offense, which goes back to my 3 keys, man. Get out on them early, because if you can get out on them early, then you take the ball away from them from being able to run the ball, and then you can put DeMarcus Lawrence out there. The chat is dope, man. 301. What's up, 301? Then we go and wrap this thing up, and I'm going to get ready to head down there. What's up?
All right, hey, how you doing, Still Will? I'm sorry, Will Still. I apologize.
Hey, it's cool you call me Still Will, because that's what my very, very first coach used to call me. Coach Bob, nice. Still Will. But what's up, man?
Still Will.
And still, he used to call me Still Will and Still Mill.
Oh, Still Mill.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to give peace and blessings to you in the chat. I was Bobby in the chat earlier, the Washington fan.
Oh,
first of all, man,
first of all, you sound very respectful for a Washington fan. Could continue.
Oh yeah, man. I'm one of the level-headed ones, man.
Okay.
I just want to say I check out the content all the time, man. I'm no hater. You know what I mean? I
gotcha.
know, we do our thing, but basically, man, it's going to come down to at least in my opinion, is Dan Quinn, dude. I just don't like the way that he coaches. I've been watching him for years, and I actually found this stat out today. I don't know if you know, but do you know what his record is versus the Saints?
No, but I heard it was bad. I've seen someone say that. Yeah.
Okay, real quick. I looked it up. It's he's 4-6 versus the Saints, and I started looking at that, right, and I started seeing like all these different posts online. And there's this group on Twitter, man, and they're like conspiracy theorists, right? And they were saying like, oh man, it's weird that number 4 Dak is playing number 7 Taysom Hill, and then Dan Quinn is 4-6 versus the Saints. And what happens if he loses tonight? He'll drop to 4-7. I was like, man, you even got conspiracy theories.
Well,
for the Cowboys.
There's a guy that calls in a Cowboys fan. We call him the numerologist. I think that's how you say it, y'all. I'm sorry if I butchered that. But he calls in and he's always like, hey, man, 7 this and 2 this. And he puts the numbers together and he brings them around. So we've had guys like that that's called into the show. But
right.
Bobby, you're right. The 4-6 is not terrible, but it's not good either. It's a losing record, right? But I would venture to guess, and I could be wrong here because I did see last year Taysom Hill beat the Falcons twice last year. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Let me go back and look real quick. But I would imagine.
Well, remember he got fired.
Right. That's why I'm trying to make
sure. He got fired
sure.
after 5 games. Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't play him. So Dan Quinn didn't play against Taysom. But I would imagine of those 10 games, at least 8 of them, Drew Brees was the quarterback, right?
I believe so, yes.
Drew Brees ain't walking through that door, Bobby.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is very true. Oh, and just one last point because I know you're trying to wrap up. Man, I don't get it. Like, I play fantasy football, right? And I'm a diehard Washington fan, but I drafted Zeke first overall. Even I can see, man, he's just not the same. Oh, yeah, I had to, dude. Okay. I really thought he was going to have a bounce back year. But, like, even I can see the man, Pollard's the better running back. How come they don't use him? And also with that, how come they don't dump off to Zeke like they used to? He used to catch so many balls a game. Now it's like they barely throw to him.
I think you have the coordinator switch. Scott Linehan featured his running backs in the passing game. And if you go back and look at was it DeMarco Murray and then the early years of Ezekiel Elliott, you saw he caught like 70 balls, I think, his second year in the league. And then DeMarco Murray had 50 catch seasons and what have you in 2014. But now Zeke is he is what he is. He's more of a battering ram. If you watch the show, you'll hear this saying I say a lot. I believe Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott together are better than they are by themselves. So why do they not feature TP more? I don't know. Maybe they'll start doing it since Zeke is hurt. Old Head talked about politics. I'm sure that plays a little bit to do with it, meaning the money. At the end of the day, when he's healthy, he's the better overall back when he's healthy because he can do a multitude of things. But there's no doubt about it. Tony Pollard is just has more juice. I think he's gotten better as a runner. He has the ability to hit home runs and give you a spark on offense. I would flip their roles right now until Zeke gets back right. We'll see what happens today. But you're right, man. Tony Pollard deserves more touches.
All right, brother. Well, that's all I got for you today, man. I appreciate it, and hey, good luck, and I can't wait to see you guys next week.
Thanks, man. Hey, definitely call back in next week because I'm gonna have some questions about the Washingtons. Like I watched the film and everything like that, but like I always say, you as a fan that studies the team intently, as I'm sure you do, y'all should know more than I do. So I'm gonna have some questions about y'all, and I would love for you to answer them. So come on back.
All right, sounds good, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Take care.
Not bad for a Washington fan. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't gonna lie to you. Not bad. And from my experiences going up to FedEx Field, let me show you my age real quick. I almost said, was it JFK? What was their field called before FedEx? Was it JFK or something like that? Something like that. But I've been up there. I can't even count how many times I went to games up there. And one time I ran into an issue with a Washington fan. My very first game, believe it or not. And it was the game where it was the year, actually, where Chad Johnson changed his name to Chad Ochocinco. And I thought I was being clever. And T.O. had I had the T.O. jersey. And I put on the back, Ocho Uno, right? I did this little thing. And after the game, this was the game where Vanderjagt got the kick blocked to win the game. Sean Taylor, rest in peace, man. One of my favorite players of all time. Picks it up, runs it back, face mask, Kyle Kozer, 15 yards. They get the ball at like the damn 15-yard line, kick the game, win a field goal. It was nuts. The stadium went nuts. Fans were nuts. And some dude tried to pull something off my back, and I snapped. Me and my uncle snapped it. It was only us two, but you got to chill when you go around here. People all crazy. But that was the only time I had issues with a Washington fan at a game. Other than that, they've been cool. I refuse to go to Philly. Refuse. I live next to Philly. I know how they are. I know how I am as a fan. If you watch the game day live streams, you see, and that was pretty cool. If you've come to Texas Live, you really see how I get at the games. I'm a fan. It is what it is. I'm a fan at the games. And in Philly, different animals there. And I know I'm not coming out that stadium without either A, going into their little jail cell down there, or B, getting dragged out. One of the two is happening. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. I'm that kind of fan where I'm excited. I talk trash, all that stuff. But certain fans can't keep it at that. You know what I mean? So I would never go to a game in Philly unless I'm coming stupid deep. I'm just keeping it a bean. RFK Stadium. Thank you. I knew it was one of them K stadiums. Yeah, one of them K stadiums. All right, so let me review our 3 keys to victory. Number 1, get out on them early. If the Cowboys get out on this Saints team early, I think they could put this game away fairly quick. And I'm not talking about 21-0. I mean, that'd be awesome. But even just like 13-0, 17-0, 14, you get up on them, they can't play that keep away offense that they want to do. That's number 1. Number 2, stay patient offensively. This team has kind of lost its way in regards to being a complementary football team, not only just offense, defense, but run game, pass game. The run game has not found its way, and understand we kind of get away from it and we throw the rock. Sometimes you kind of have to because you're not running the ball well at all. But today I would like to see them be a little bit more efficient. I don't care if they run it 30 times. If they only run it 20, 25 times, just make sure it's efficient, because I don't think this is a game early on where they're going to allow you to run it. If you can find a hole and hit it, great. But this could be one of those games where Dak opens up the run game with the pass game, but he has to do so by taking those 7-yard gains or those 10-yard gains and not try to pop the 50-yard touchdown play every play. Don't try to score 14 points on one play. Be patient, because this defense is going to give you stuff up front and to stay in front of them and matriculate down the field. And then finally, be ready for Sean Payton to do all types of crazy stuff. I mean, if there was a prop bet and I had, and I was a betting man, I put a couple dollars on Sean Payton doing an onside kick, if not to start the game, after they score a touchdown, or kick a field goal, either way, or to start the second half. I'd put money on Sean Payton doing something like that. So be ready for all the stuff that he's going to throw at you against a team, with a team that is down bad personnel-wise, right? And just not good skill-wise on offense.
Super chat.
Tom Downey Burner account, appreciate you for the $5 donation. He says, grew up in the 717. Excuse me. Closer you get to Philly, the more unbearable the fans are. All Dallas fans who experience Lincoln Financial Field, though. All Dallas fans who experience Lincoln Financial Field. Yeah, nah, bro. I don't need to experience nothing at no Lincoln Financial Field. Not happening. Not happening, bro. I go to New York. I go to Washington. I'm not going to Philly. I lived up there. I know how they are. No, they got the kids saying crazy stuff and doing crazy stuff over there, man. The kids, man. TC95 says Sean Taylor, only Washington player I have love for. Yeah, man. Sean Taylor. I know he's not going to go to the Hall of Fame, but I wish there was a section of the Hall of Fame that they can, have a little bit of leeway with. I feel like he was a Hall of Fame talent, didn't play long enough. I think he'd have went down as the best safety of all time. That's how good he was, y'all. That's how good he was. D Hood says Zeke be taking too long to pick a hole to run through. Sometimes the patience is you need that, and I remember TP didn't have that his first couple years in the league. But I think he's gotten so much better. And if I could pull this play up, I want to find this play for y'all while we sitting here chatting real quick. There was a play he had in that Raiders game where I thought TP showed exceptional patience, and it's kind of a microcosm of what he's been able to do this year in regards to his ability to be a better runner of the football. I always say that Zeke may not be the most explosive. Zeke may not be hit you for 70 yards, all that stuff. But pure running, when he was at the top of his game, I don't think there was a better runner of the football. And that has to do with vision and cutting and setting up the blocks and patience and then hitting the hole, the phone booth explosiveness per se, right? There was that. He hurt right now, though, and that ain't happening. But let's gotta find it. But TP showed some of that patience, and I really want to pull this play up. I mean, it's not a long play, but it is what it is. Say it with me. It is what it is. Here we go. Let me pull this up. If it even pops up, because sometimes, man, my system be doing that. Yeah, that's what I figured would happen. All right, so it's not going to pop up. But nonetheless, man, I just think that Tony Pollard has showed the ability to be a more versatile running back. CJ said Dak got his weapons back, 80% completion on 30 passes. Woo, that's a hell of a game right there. Slight said, I need Pollard over 16.5 yards per reception. God dang. At the running back position, that's crazy. Sean says Zeke does dance too much in the backfield before he tries to burst through the hole. He's a patient runner. I'm not going to argue with y'all. TP hits it a lot harder, and I think the difference with TP is now that he's able to see it better, when he does hit it, it is noticeable. I think Will McClay talked about that ability to be explosive after on his first cut. D Hood says sometimes on 3rd and short, you got to lower your head and run behind those big boys. Yeah, and that's where I talked about earlier, being a complimentary, using those guys as complements to each other. Understand the weaknesses and the strengths of your running backs. Understand what plays work. You don't have to come out here and be super cute offensively in regards to running the rock. If you got 5, 6, 7 plays that work on the ground game, hammer it home. Be stubborn in that way. I don't think I've seen him do that over the last few weeks. And again, Denver's score got out of hand at some point. The Chiefs just wasn't letting you get off on the ground. All right, whatever, right? But you got about 4 to 8 running plays in your bag that work. Do it I'm not saying run 40 times, but utilize those plays until they don't, is what I'm saying. I'm glad you brought that up, Jacob, because it's been so long. He said, Sky, can we pick barbecue candidates? Sure. And he's talking about the cookout candidates this week. Let's do that. And we got a Raider fan in the building. Oh, boy, I was so sick, Alfredo, last week hearing that. Raider. Oh, boy. They was at Texas Live. Raiders. Come out and play. It was so annoying. But y'all won. Y'all deserve to do that, right? Whatever. Yeah, let's do that real quick before we end the show. Cook out candidates. I'm going to let y'all think about that. Give y'all about 30 seconds.
Where else you want to go? Don't nobody do it like us, bro. Oh, my goodness. We beat the brakes off y'all. Whoop that trip.
That's right. Tonight we are back. Jay Holly, Skywalker Still, Game Day Live at Texas Live. If you can't be there physically, all good. We'll be fired up on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube, breaking down the game pregame, halftime, postgame. We haven't had a fun postgame show in a couple weeks. We also haven't had a cookout in a couple weeks. You know, it got to the point, man, I ain't even thinking about it. I wasn't even thinking about cookout candidates because, you know what I mean, we ain't won. But let's think about that. Let's speak that positivity in the air because I have a good feeling about today. I know I don't give my predictions until later tonight, but I got a good feeling. Cookout candidates. All right. Jacob says Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dan Quinn. I love that. I mean, that hits all of them, in my opinion. You got Micah Parsons, who can play a major factor sideline to sideline or rushing the passer. Dudes, I think he just won Rookie of the Week or Rookie of the Month. Let me see. Either Rookie of the Month. Yes, okay. He won Defensive Rookie of the Month after having, listen to this crap here. This is crazy. 6.5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 12 quarterback hits, 2 forced fumbles in 4 games in November. I'm just saying, Rookie of the Year is locked. If he does something like that in December and January, we'll put him at, that's 13 sacks in a 2-month span, plus what he got. I think he had a couple sacks in October and in September. So you're looking at about a 15-sack season for a part-time rusher. He's going to lead the league in tackles for loss, quarterback hits. How is that not Defensive Player of the Year? I'm just saying. So he's going to put himself in that conversation if he does it again. And then CeeDee Lamb's first game back in 2 weeks. You get Amari Cooper back. I think he could just eat up PJ Williams. PJ Williams, their slot corner. He has, he's played better this year, but I mean, he's no match for CeeDee Lamb. And then Dan Quinn, right? Dan Quinn, a chance to kind of say, hey, listen, I'm throwing my hat back in the head coach ring next year if he wants to, playing against a familiar opponent. So those are good ones. Kevin says CD. K says, how many runners break 70 yards every game? Every game? No, not every game. But, I mean, my man Derrick Henry weighs about 295 pounds, and he seems to be able to run away from everyone. Jonathan Taylor just pops off big runs. Nick Chubb pops off big runs. I've seen, what's his name? Dalvin Cook pops off big. Let's just be real with Zeke. That's not him anymore. Hasn't been him in a number of years, and that's okay. Right? That's all right. That ain't his game. That's TP's game. That ain't his game. He don't do the 20-plus runs like that no more. I think he had maybe one or two of them this year. I could be wrong. Could be having more. But the one that sticks out to me is the Panthers game from him. TC915 says Micah and Tank, they're going to eat tonight. Tank is another good one. Tank is another good one. D Law says T-Mac. Brandon C says AB bounce back game on defense. They ain't got the weapons to really eat at him. So, I mean, I hope. CJ Richards says Pollard, Diggs, and Kellen Moore. I was going to say Pollard. That was my one guy I was going to say I think is the cookout candidate is Pollard. I'm not going to name all three. I'm going to let y'all do that. Diggs and Kellen Moore. It's a good opportunity for Kellen to get back at the table, right? Got your guys back. You got your horses back. And this is a good defense. So if you can come out here and do your thing against that defense, yeah, you can come to the table. The Lunatic has Dak at the table. 350 and 4 tutties. I'm going to be real with you. I don't even know if I want to see that kind of game from Dak Prescott, the Lunatic. Now, if it's 350 in a game where the Cowboys win 37 to 13, cool. But if it's when I see 350 and 4, to me, I'm thinking the run game is probably not working. You know what I mean? And this game is at a point where we got to throw the ball all damn game, which means they're still in it. So I kind of want to see a 245, 250 game for Dak, 2 or 3 total touchdowns, right? He's something like 25 for 31. Very efficient game, no turnovers, just a good, efficient game. We put this ball game away in the fourth quarter. That's the kind of game I'm kind of looking for. Tony says CD, Schultz, and Pollard. Schultz can play a major factor against a team that plays a lot of 2-eye. That is LT if he does that. Yeah, JP, that is LT type of year. You're absolutely right. Talking about Michael Gallup. I'm sorry, talking about Micah Parsons. John said, eat some of that good brisket at Texas Live. I have a meal that I do eat usually right after halftime unless I'm hungry beforehand. But I've noticed that Jesse goes over to the brisket spot now, and he gets that every time now. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and try that. Now I've been there. I've eaten there plenty of times just cause. But usually during the game, I try to get something real quick I can eat because I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm too damn focused on the game. I'm up moving, going crazy. I need something I can eat real quick. So, but I'll try the brisket again at some point. What else y'all got, man? Was it A-Chi? A-Chi? Micah, Diggs, Pollard, CD, Dak. I need Dak to ball. He's in my QB1 in fantasy. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I get y'all. B Bird says Saints 30+ pass attempts equals Cowboys win. I kind of feel that same way. I feel that same way, right? Like if the Saints have to throw the ball so many times, the Dallas Cowboys should come away with this victory because they don't have A, the quarterback to do it, B, the weapons. I will come here with a plate of crow, deep fried, throw some hot sauce on that, and just tear it up live, right? I'm just kidding. But if they do that, so that's how I feel, man. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and press this button as we get ready to head out. Once again, if you are in Texas or in Dallas and you are in the area, come through to Texas Live. Me and Jesse will be down there for the game tonight. I'm about to get ready to not go down there and set up, but kind of just gather things, get myself mentally ready for this long haul. These primetime games, y'all don't really know. Y'all see me on air for pre, half, and post. I'm down that thing for like 8 hours. And last week it was because of overtime. I think that was the longest game in Cowboys history. It's about 4 hours. It was ridiculous how long I was down there. But it's a long day ahead, so I'm about to get ready for that. and want y'all guys to join me later. So appreciate everybody joining the chat this morning for game day morning. The donations, I appreciate all the donations. The calls were great today. Thank you for calling in. Let me see if I missed anything. North of the Stars said, I missed most of the day. That's all good, bro. Y'all know what we say. Hashtag run it back. I'll upload the audio as soon as I can, as soon as YouTube allows me to upload the audio. And that way you guys can listen to it prior to the pregame show. Pregame show, time frame. Cowboys play at 7:20. We'll be on live about 6:20, 6:25 to lead y'all up. 7:20 Central to lead y'all up to the kickoff. So make sure y'all come back, man. Make sure y'all come back. Jacob says, what time is the game? It says 5:30 on the Cowboys site. I'd imagine you must be on the West Coast then, because the West Coast would likely be that time frame. The game starts at 8:20 Eastern, 7:20 Central. We'll be live for the pregame 6:20 Central, 7:20 Eastern. Get that right? I think I got that right. All right, man. Press that button. Appreciate y'all. Stevie Mac, my God, thank you as always, brother. I appreciate you too, man. Join us later. We'll talk about it. I feel good. I feel good about this game today. It's not even like being overconfident, man. It's just that it's December. It's time to roll, and the boys are back in town. We out. Peace.
I want me some glory hole.